Hey YouTube, it's Taylor. Welcome to episode number 6 of the Bachelorette Breakdown. I am sorry guys that this episode is a day late. For all of you that don't know, I was actually just in Naples, Florida for the weekend, and I was supposed to come home Sunday night, but our flight ended up being funky and they didn't get out, so I ended up having to travel all day Monday. So I kind of took Tuesday as just like my day to relax, get back into the swing of things. If you guys have not seen the previous episodes leading up to this one, I will make sure to link those all down below. Make sure to go watch those before you continue on watching this episode. But anyway guys, let's jump into the video. So guys, the Bachelorette has continued on with their international traveling for this season, and this week's episode took place in Buenos Aires. So the episode starts off with all the guys kind of exploring Buenos Aires and kind of just walking around the downtown area, and then a couple minutes later Chris Harrison meets up with them and explains to them how this week is going to kind of work. So Chris Harrison basically explains that there will be a one-on-one date this week, a group date this week, and for the first time ever in Bachelorette history, there will be a second two-on-one date. Now, if you don't remember how the two-on-one date works, it basically means that two people go on a date with JoJo, and at the end of the night, whoever does not receive a rose then automatically gets sent home. So after all that drama, the boys head back to their hotel, and the first date card comes to the door, and it happens to be a one-on-one date, and it goes to Wells, and I was so happy because you know how much I love Wells, and I was just so happy, and I was like, yay! So then after Wells finds out that he has a date card, we find out that Wells is the only guy left this season who has not kissed JoJo yet, which I'm kind of surprised because I could have sworn he's kissed her, but I guess not. And all the guys are giving him such a hard time, and I'm like, you poor little boy. I'm so sorry. Like, honestly, it was kind of cute, let's be real. First of all, Wells was the first one to bring this up, that he was the only one that hasn't kissed JoJo yet. And I kind of was like, why would you bring that up with a bunch of these guys? They're going to eat you alive after finding that out. So JoJo walks in to pick up Wells to go on their one-on-one date, and all the guys are like, so Wells, you gonna finally kiss her? And it was just so awkward. It was so awkward. I was like, you poor thing. You poor little innocent boy. So Wells and JoJo head off to their date, and they pull up to this theater, and it's kind of, well, it's not even like a theater, it's more of like a warehouse, and it was kind of weird at first. So they get there, and there is this giant water thing floating above them, and there's people dancing in the water, and then there's I honestly don't know what it was, but it was just kind of strange. So then obviously while this whole date is happening, Wells is just way overthinking this kiss. Like, he's like, I gotta wait for the perfect time, and blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, just kiss her. Just kiss her. Honestly, the date's happening, and it's kind of a stupid date. I don't know. To be honest, the dates have gotten a lot less impressive as the season has gone on. They're kind of boring, not gonna lie. Like, JoJo, you gotta step it up, or production. I don't know who puts on these dates. They just need some work. So then Wells and JoJo get into like the floating pool thing, and it's a pool that's like lifted off the ground and you can like see underneath. I don't know, it's strange, but they're like floating back and forth, and it's like, I don't know, it's pretty romantic, I guess you could say. And finally Wells kisses JoJo, and then JoJo was like, yeah, it's our moment. And I'm just like, JoJo, shut up, just kiss him. Just kiss. You don't need to make it like, like, honestly, I guess I like JoJo and Wells, but then like, I don't know, it's like I just get this friend vibe from them. Like, I love Wells and JoJo together, and I love Wells, and I think he's cute, and I wish he would win, but like, I just get this friend vibe. I don't get a vibe that's like, oh, I could marry this guy. Nope, I just feel like friend zone. So we go back to the hotel with all the guys, and the second date card comes, and it is the group date card. So the people that went on the group date this week were Luke, Robbie, Jordan, James, and Alex. So then that obviously left Derek and Chase left, so you can kind of make assumptions then that they will be the next people who will be going on the two-on-one date. So we then go back to Wells and JoJo, and they are now sitting down and having their dinner date for the night, And honestly, I don't know, there was like something really off about Wells, and it didn't feel right, and it was kind of awkward. And then JoJo brings up, she's like, tell me about your ex, and so it's kind of awkward and things. I honestly, after he talked about his ex, I honestly feel like he has not gotten over his ex. Like, he said they were together for 4 years, and they were like, well, what should we do? And then they just kind of like broke it off randomly. And I was like, Wells, I don't think you're over your ex. So then they're talking more, and I'm just like, this is gonna end so badly. He's not gonna get the rose. And JoJo was like, I can't give you this rose, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Wells, like, I felt so bad for Wells. So the group date starts, and again, it's a really boring date. These dates need to, like, I don't know, they're just really boring. So the guys are all walking downtown, and then they meet up with JoJo, and then they're just kind of walking, and they're playing some soccer and stuff like that. And the whole entire time James is like, I'm surrounded by all these really buff guys, and I just feel so left out. And I'm like, James, stop. You are the biggest gentleman of all of these guys. You're so cute. Don't worry about them. They're just butts. You don't have to worry, James. It's okay. It's okay. So after then they are done playing soccer, they decided they're going to have a like penalty shootout competition, and then whoever like wins gets to kiss JoJo. Honestly, I think this thing was set up because all the guys went and James was last, and all the guys didn't score. And then James scored, and I'm like, production set this up so then James could kiss JoJo. Nothing gets past me. I know that was fake. Let's be real. So like, I obviously said James won the penalty shot competition and got to kiss JoJo, and everything was all happy-go-lucky. And then we move on to their cocktail group date party. Let's just be completely honest. There was so much kissing this episode, it was unbelievable. Like, I honestly don't know what else to talk about with this group date cocktail hour party thing. It was basically that she just made out with all of them. Like, that's literally the only thing that happened. And then we go back to the hotel where Derek and Chase are, and the 2-on-1 shows up, and obviously they're the only two that are going to be going on the 2-on-1 because they were the only ones that haven't gotten their date card yet. The only thing that was kind of shocking about this 2-on-1 is usually when the 2-on-1 card comes, there's that one person that everyone hates, and you're like, well, that person's obviously going to go home. But like with Chase and Derek, I honestly didn't know. Either one could be sent home or either one could be kept. Like, I was just like, I don't know with this one, because usually it's just like right there, it's like, oh, that person's gonna go home. Like with Chad and Alex, Chad was obviously gonna go home, but with Chase and Derek, it's just like, I don't know. So we go back to the cocktail group date party, and James and JoJo are talking, and James brings up some things about Jordan, about how he thinks he is just the Jordan party 24/7. And James was like, Jordan is just so full of himself and blah 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 blah. It's just like, of course, gotta bring the drama in. Can't just worry about yourself. Everyone's just gotta start drama. So then obviously, because James brings up some stuff about Jordan, JoJo then has to talk to Jordan about it. And so Jordan, again, if you notice, Jordan gets very uncomfortable and very antsy and just gives off this very weird persona whenever there's something like strange that's brought up about him. Like when JoJo brought up his ex. So obviously JoJo brought up the thing that James said, and Jordan was like, no, blah 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 blah. And then he made this comment, he's like, entitled? I don't even know what that means. And of course you don't know what it means because you're a football player, and football players are just supposed to be pretty, not smart. Sorry, it's the truth. Let's be real. So then obviously, I don't know, whatever went down, it ended up being, again, production made it seem like it was gonna be a big deal. It really wasn't that big of a deal, let's be real. So then all the guys come back, and JoJo comes, sits down, and Luke gets the date rose for the group date, and all is good. So after the group date ends, we head on to the 2-on-1. So we find out that the 2-on-1 date is going to consist of learning how to tango. Again, the date wasn't that great. Probably one of the better ones of the week because the other two were stupid, let's be real. Again, JoJo's tango dress was on point because JoJo is so pretty and flawless. It's just kind of unfair. So JoJo, Derek, and Chase are learning how to like tango dance. but it's like 3 of them tango dancing at once, and it's just kind of strange and weird. And it's like, first she's intimate with this one, then she's intimate with that one, and it's just like, dude, it's kind of strange and kind of weird, and I don't really like it. So then after they're done tango dancing, it's just weird because, to be honest, JoJo isn't the best dancer, and neither are the other 2, and it was just kind of a bunch of like really weird amateur creepy dancing with 2 guys at once, and I was just like, not sure. So then we head over to their nighttime date, and Derek goes to talk to JoJo first, and they're talking, and Derek's like, I'm falling for you. Also, during this whole entire time, Derek said freaking so many times. It's just like, let's not use that word 500 times. What are you, 12? So then obviously there was kissing, because, you know, when is JoJo not making out with every single guy on the season? And then JoJo goes to talk to Chase. So JoJo and Chase were talking, and JoJo was kind of like, you know, I told you about my feelings for you and stuff like that, and I wasn't sure if you felt the same way. And then there was kind of like drama-ish talk, kind of, because I guess Chase wasn't really saying how he felt, or it was hard for JoJo to know if that's actually how he felt as well. But Chase was like, obviously I'm falling for you, and blah 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 blah, and then smoochy smoochy sucking of faces, and everything was all good in the world. So after they were done talking, JoJo gave Chase the rose, which meant Derek was going home, obviously. But the one thing I have to be completely honest is JoJo walked Derek out after she gave Chase the rose, and he was like, go find your forever. And I'm like, Derek, that is so, oh my god, that like feels, it just was like, go find your forever. I'm like, what are you, a freaking girl Twitter account with stupid feeling tweets that just hurt our soul? Like, I'm just gonna like put that everywhere in my room. Go find your forever. Like, how freaking adorable is that? Sorry, I'm going with the freaking thing again. Derek. So after, you know, the whole Derek crying in the car thing was done, we head over to the rose ceremony cocktail party. Woo! Okay, first off, Jordan is kind of starting to bother me. I'm not sure why, he's just really bothering me. Also, his pants are way too tight. Like, bro, are you wearing girls' leggings? Again, nothing major happened during the cocktail party, so let's head into the one thing we all want to know about, is the rose ceremony. Like I said last week in the previews, there was some drama that was going to be happening in the rose ceremony, and so was very excited to see what that drama was going to be and if it was actually going to turn out to be drama, because you know how the Bachelorette production likes to be, making drama that actually isn't really drama. As a reminder, Luke and Chase got date roses, so they are safe for the rest of the week. So the people that got roses and were safe were Robbie and Jordan, and then it came down to the final rose, and this is where the drama began. JoJo picked up the final rose and kind of just walked out and was like, I need a minute, all drama, and like whooshed away and walked on the steps. And then she started talking to Chris and was like, I can't give away this last rose. So it was like either both James and Alex were gonna be sent home, or both James and Alex were gonna be safe. So we're like, what's going on? Oh my goodness. It's just like, whoa. So JoJo comes back without the rose that she originally had, and Chris Harrison walks in with a new platter with 2 roses, which meant both Alex and James were safe, and no one got sent home for the rose ceremony this week. So rose ceremony wasn't that great, let's be real. So guys, that is it for this week's episode of the Bachelorette Breakdown. If you guys enjoyed this week's episode, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel and not yet subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button down below. It's free and it's awesome, and I'm currently working on my goal of 500 subscribers by the time my channel turns 2. A little update for you guys. I was kind of scrolling through Twitter, and a thing came up on the Bachelorette Twitter account, and it said they won't be airing an episode on the 4th, which is the Monday, because obviously it's July 4th here in America. So I don't know if that's actually a thing that's going to be happening, but if that is a thing and they won't be airing an episode on Monday, obviously there will be no new episode of the Bachelorette Breakdown next week. But if there is an episode, you will for sure be getting a episode of Bachelorette Breakdown back on the normal schedule on Tuesday. If you guys did not know, I will be attending PRESSPLAY Milwaukee August 13th. So if any of you guys will be going to that, make sure to come say hi to me. If you guys are not following me on any of my social media links such as Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, all of those will be linked down below. Make sure to go follow me and we can talk. because talking is really cool. As always, guys, make sure to leave a comment down below who you think will win this season of The Bachelorette and what you thought of this week's episode. But as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of The Bachelorette Breakdown. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in this amazing world. Remember to always keep doing you, and I will see you all next Tuesday.
No.